Bill Gates recommends 9 books to everyone today. You need to remember that the average person reads 1.5 books per year while the average top CEO reads more than 50 books. To maintain a competitive advantage, they do this. This time we are going to take a look at Bill Gates' books. If you want to learn where Bill Gates' ideas come from, just start reading some of these books. Each book mentioned in the video has a link in its description. Now that we've got that out of the way, let's get started. Number 1, Life is What You Make It by Peter Buffett. Peter Buffett, the son of Warren Buffett, is the 3rd richest man in the world. The book emphasizes a very powerful idea that can change how you look at life dramatically. His father has vowed to donate most of his fortune to charity when he passes away. Will you take the path of least resistance or the path of possibly the greatest satisfaction? His and Bill's motivation for writing this book was to educate their children as best as they can with the money they earn. Number 2, Where Good Ideas Come From by Steven Johnson. This is a great book for people who desire success and wealth but believe they simply do not have a great idea. If that is you, then you should read this book. The book examines how great ideas evolve from seed to fruition and how they transform over time. The majority of you probably think you'll suddenly get an idea, and then you'll have that eureka moment. But that's not the case. No matter where you live or what your environment is like, you will learn how to change your thinking to generate valuable ideas. Number 3, Moonwalking with Einstein by Joshua Foer. The author, Joshua Foer, is known for being a memory expert. You can use this book to train your mind to do something that the average person is simply unable to do. This is a great tool to have in your arsenal. You can get an unfair advantage in life if you train your mind to do something that the average person cannot. Number 4, Tap Dancing to Work by Darrell Loomis. Darrell Loomis wrote a book about Warren Buffett's evolution from a young investor into the world's most successful investor after covering his career for 4 years. You will gain an inside look at how Mr. Buffett protects and grows his fortune in it. You'll see how he makes business decisions as well as how he makes decisions on everything else. Those who want to understand how to position themselves in an ever-changing market should read this book. Number 5, Making the Modern World by Vaclav Smil. Our civilization is shifting and using resources in a very fascinating way. It is a kind of book that will give you a better understanding of macro trends and help you prepare for the future. It discusses how China is growing and how Asian countries are just getting started. There will be a boom in almost every sector in these countries in the next few years. To give you an example, look at China. China has used more cement than the United States in the last 3 years. You can get this book if you want to understand why this is happening, what effects it will have, and how to prepare yourself to deal with it. Chinese consumers now purchase more luxury products than the rest of the world combined. Number 6, The Sixth Extinction by Elizabeth Kolbert. It was a meteorite that wiped out dinosaurs last time, but this time it is us, humans, doing the damage. The number of animals is declining rapidly. Elephants are a good example. The last elephant in the wild is expected to die 20 years from now. There will be no lions, tigers, elephants, or rhinos for your grandchildren to see. It doesn't matter if you believe in science or not, climate change is happening regardless. In this book, Bill explains how humanity has an impact on the environment as well as how we can solve some of its problems. Number 7, Business Adventures, 12 Classic Tales from the World of Wall Street by John Brooks. A combination of Wall Street stories that are meant to represent valuable and universal principles, this book is Bill Gates' favorite business book. Warren Buffett gave it to Bill in 1991 as a gift. As we discovered in this book, the world of money is very cyclical, which means some things tend to repeat themselves repeatedly. The crypto space is starting to show similar behavior to what we've seen with real estate crashes, big manufacturers, and stocks. Number 8, How to Lie with Statistics by Darrell Huff. In every single day of life, people manipulate perceptions using data. The book explains how data is used to shift the public's perception in their favor through marketing campaigns, new drug commercials, politicians, and social causes. Knowing how probabilities work and how fair your chances are in life is a very valuable insight. You will learn how sampling works as well as how it works, but it is also clear, concise, funny, and not too complex, so you will be able to get through it. Number 9, The Box by Mark Levinson. This book was written by an economist who demonstrates how a simple idea had a massive impact on worldwide trade. It describes how hard it was to make the shipping container mainstream. Once it did, the impact was incredible. Even though it was an extremely useful invention, it took enormous amounts of money and high-stakes negotiations with industry giants to make it mainstream. The adoption changed geography in such a way that shipping things for a reasonable price became unfeasible. It would be possible for you to have your factories in distant places,